What's up, everybody? Welcome back. I'm back here for another episode of Whiskey Jedi. Super excited. I haven't been back in a little bit. Been a little bit busy on our end. Got some things going on. Obviously, most of you know we are planning a wedding in record time. Not record time, but pretty damn close to record time. And it's just been busy the past couple weeks. But I'm excited. Our last episode I did with Mr. Moose Haas was fantastic. Talking about Boba Fett. And to think that Boba Fett was that long ago is pretty crazy. But I'm excited to be back. I'm here for an episode. No guests tonight. Myself, and I. My dog's chewing bones in the background because I've been waiting to do this for a while. This thing has been sitting here for what I believe is now over a month. I'm going to be unboxing my hot toy, my Captain Marvel hot toy. I'm so juiced. It's been sitting over here on my left, staring at me, and I finally get a chance to open it. I promise you, I put this on anybody. I have not opened this. I have not slid the cover off. I have not done anything. I took the plastic off. That is it, and it's just been sitting here, staring at me with those deathly eyes of hers. But yeah, so I'll be doing that, kind of taking questions, just laid back, super fun. And if you guys have any questions about anything, I'd love to take them. It could be related to Star Wars. It could be Marvel. It could be the Batman. I saw the Batman last night. I would love to give you guys my non-spoiler thoughts if you guys want to know. Obviously, I'm not going to spoil anything from you, just because it's not technically out yet. But yeah, so that's what the show's going to be about. And I'm pairing it tonight with a whiskey that's actually been sitting on my shelf. God, a long time. My parents, I believe it was my parents. It was one of my family members. I got 5 bottles of whiskey between Christmas and my birthday. It's getting out of hand. I have 21 bottles in the house right now. It is out of hand. Please, someone come and help me drink all this. But it's just been staring at me. I just took the wrapper off before the show started. It's called Redneck Riviera Whiskey. I'm super excited to drink it. I've been trying to find a show to pair with because it's entitled Redneck. But there's not a lot of topics that relate to like redneck, right? So I thought, you know what? I'm going to do on a show where I don't have a guest. I can really dive into it and see what it's all about. I've heard some great things about it. I did some research on it. It has some really interesting tasting notes that I actually don't have on my rack. And I'll get to that when I pop it open and I drink it. But I want to say hello to everybody. Thank you so much for joining me, everybody. I see you guys in the chat. Farrell, RD, John, Brandy, you guys rock. Thank you for joining me all the time. I love seeing you guys on chat. Just a quick little house cleaning real quick pertaining to this channel. You guys probably seen that I've been doing the MCU watch-alongs with my fiance, Gabby, and we haven't been done one in a while, but it's because we've been quite busy. But I will say Thor is recorded in the books, and it's currently being edited. I'm crossing fingers that our Thor reaction will be up on Friday. And I'll just go ahead and pull this up while I'm at it because I like to be efficient. Oh, it's not going to load. Maybe it'll load this way. Oh, we can do it this way. Why not? Let's just do things differently today. Why not? It's got a laid back show, right? Here we go. Boom. Just a thumbnail. Gabby officially got her first taste of the God of Thunder and what the cosmic side of the MCU is all about. This one's interesting. This one's very interesting because she had no clue what any of this all meant. And obviously Thor, Asgard, magic and stuff, it's going to blow her mind. And I'm super excited for you guys to see that. And then I did put it in the chat, but I wanted to make sure that you guys saw it just in case this end. The Batman is coming out tomorrow. And myself and a group of guys were lucky enough to go see it last night in an early screening. We have our quick thoughts up on the Apocalypse channel. It's like a 2-minute video. It's like 10 seconds of each of us talking about it. No spoilers, just immediate reactions outside the theater. Here's the beautiful thumbnail I made because I like to show what I made off. So that's on the Apocalypse channel. The link is in the comments. It's like a 2-minute video. Very quick. It's literally us just saying like the first thing that comes to mind as we walk out of the theater. It's very cool. We're going to start doing a lot more of those. Very cool thing that we kind of figured out to do. So go check that out. Yes, John, I will get to the Peacemaker. That's a good thing to start with. Redneck would work perfect for Peacemaker, actually. John, you're on the right track, buddy. You're on the right track. Maddie, hello, dude. Hello, my dude. Thank you for joining me as always, bud. So I'm gonna go ahead and pour this glass. I'm gonna get a taste, talk about it a little bit, and I want to show this off. Gabby, because it was my 30th birthday last week. I didn't need any more. Let's be honest, I didn't need any more. But she gifted me with a fantastic whiskey glass that I will hold near and dear to my heart for a long time. I don't know if you can see it, but it says vintage 1992, aged to perfection. Cheers to 30 years. The coolest whiskey glass ever. I'm sure someone else out in the world has it, but I feel like it's just special for me. So I'm super excited. First time using it. Like I said, I don't need more of them, but when it says something like that, I can't resist. I just can't resist. Plus, it works perfect with a redneck whiskey. You know what I mean? It just works perfect. All right, let's pour some. Let's taste it. Let's talk about it. And then I'm going to go ahead and open up my Captain Marvel because I've been waiting too damn long to do that. I'll just pour myself a little glass right now and get a little taster of this. Brandy, on your end, I understand, Brandy. I understand. But I just don't have room for them anymore. I don't. It's crazy. Okay, so Redneck Riviera Whiskey. So it hails from Nashville, Tennessee, the home of rednecks, and I'm not afraid to say that because I'm sure that's the case. And I don't offend anybody in the chat. If you watch this, I grew up in the country. I'm a country boy. I lived on 5 acres for most of my life. So if you want to call me redneck, go for it because I consider myself part redneck. But great color to it. No ice today, just going neat, but really, really solid color. I love that color. It's that really, really good mild color, not too dark, not too light. Yeah, it does sound like I need an additional house. You're right. Maybe just a whiskey house. Okay, let me go ahead and read the back of the bottle real quick. So it says a small batch whiskey with vanilla, honey smoothness, and a subtle oak finish. Now, we're really going to dive into it and see if it's actually the case. But it says Redneck Riviera Whiskey is a full-bodied, delicately smooth spirit, perfect for when you are ready to get down. Ooh, wow. Starting off hot. It's a small batch whiskey with bright notes of vanilla, oak, caramel, whatever, and a touch of honey. Enjoy a glass and take a little time to rewind and simplify. #DrinkAmerican. So I went to their website, and the reason why their hashtag is Drink American is because they have a little video on their website, and it comes from Mr. John Rich, who I believe is the creator, CEO, whatever you want to call him, of the company. And everything on the bottle, logo, cork, glass, and of course the whiskey is all made in the U.S. And that's for a lot of people. It really is. Some people do, bring stuff over from other countries to help out, whether it be corks or glasses or whatever it may be, just because it is cheaper. But whiskey is kind of hardcore bourbon is kind of an American thing. It is found in other countries, but bourbon is very much our thing. And they just decided to put it front and center that they're all American. There's nothing wrong with that. I do love the tagline though. It says "Work hard, play hard." A tagline that we've heard our entire life, but they put it off front and center. So, and yes, Brandy, John Rich from Big and Rich. Yes, you are correct. That is him, which I did not know before doing my research earlier today. So he is part owner or creator. I haven't done the exact research on it just yet. But he is part of Redneck Riviera, which Big and Rich, Redneck Riviera, totally makes sense, right? Like it just fits. And they did reply to my tweet earlier, which was a lot of fun. Yeah, John, the country singer, you are damn right. Yep. And I didn't know that because I don't listen to country. I'm not a country guy. So sorry to drop a bomb on you guys. All right, let's taste this. Let's see what it's all about. The website says that the oh my God, where'd it go? No, so when you smell it, which I have not done yet, it has a vanilla butterscotchy sweetness to it. It's got that honey, it's got that caramel in there, but the flavor of it is very much vanilla with a touch of oak, which is a lot of bourbons, that kind of oaky finish to it. It's rich, full palate complexity with approachable sweetness, followed by honey, dark stone fruit essence, rounded out with earthy grains. God, there's a lot going on there for the flavor. I'm interested in what I feel. Save a horse, ride a cab. Okay, Gabby, really? You're going to drop one comment and that's where you're going to drop. I see you. I'm sure everyone in the chat is loving that. Nice. Nice. Okay, let's see what it's all about. I definitely get a butterscotchy caramel vibe. It's definitely sweet, but it smells amazing. I don't smell honey just yet. But I do love that. Okay, let's give it a taste. Ooh, that is way different than how it tastes. Hold on. This is great radio for the audio listeners. I'm currently tasting the whiskey. Just hold on. That is not what I expected. Wow. I will get to that in a little bit because I really want to open my Captain Marvel. I'm going to leave you guys a little bit just on a little string. Wow. Okay. That is start off the night well, everybody. That is okay. All right. I see a couple people pop in here. Gabby, hello. Yes, I see you. That is his song. I listen to country, and you know that. Gio, what's up, my man? Thanks for joining me, man. John Booze, what's up, dude? Thank you again for joining everyone in the chat. I'm going to go ahead and get to Captain Marvel because I've been waiting to unveil this thing for quite a while. So, Sideshow, Hot Toys, partner. They do a lot of stuff. You can see Mando back there. Let me get this out of the way. You can see Mando back there in the corner, and you can see IG-11 back there in the corner. Those are my first two ever Hot Toys. I'm going to go ahead and bring this bad boy up. There's this. Nice little cover. Boom. But then the big reveal. Ooh, it's clear. My Star Wars ones were not clear. There she is, everybody. Wow, look at all those pieces. Very small pieces that you can really end up losing. And there's a reflection. Of course there is. I'll just unbox it. Whatever. I don't have a top camera. I'm not fancy. Like I said, it's laid back today. I'm not trying to be super fancy. I'm not going to be one of those unboxing dudes. But I love doing this and hanging out and taking questions. So while I'm doing this, I know John Pierce asked about Peacemaker. I don't know if you were asking about Peacemaker and my thoughts or more so that it would pair well with Redneck. Either way, great call. Because I didn't get to talk about Peacemaker on Apocalypse when they did the review. It was my birthday that night. So thoughts on Peacemaker. I thought it was brilliant. I thought it was great. I thought John Cena was able to shine more so than he ever has his entire life. He was never the greatest actor, but now that he's been given the opportunity to grow as an actor, and when it's in his wheelhouse, the dude's great. The dude is great. He fits James Gunn projects perfectly. I can definitely understand why maybe people wouldn't like it because it's so James Gunn. It's like James Gunn times 1,000. And they literally said, okay, we're going to give you all the credit, or not all the credit, all the power in the world to do whatever you want. Do what you want. And he basically threw up on a TV screen for 8 episodes. And it was great. There was not a single episode I did not like. Like, I enjoyed everything. I enjoyed the outrageousness to it. I enjoyed, the characters and the story. It's funny because after 3 episodes, they dropped the first 3 altogether, I believe. And I was super into it. But then when the last episode ended, it had ended with the butterflies and the whole alien storyline. I was like, oh, okay, wait a second. I wasn't expecting this show to go there. So I had questions going into the 4th episode. But as the episode went on, I was like, my questions are washed away. I really do like what they're doing here. Oh, hey, Ed. I just saw you in the chat, man. Ed Haskell, thank you so much for joining, bud. Thank you so much for all the support. Really, really appreciate it, bud. But yes, so I thought Peacemaker was fantastic. I was absolutely on board with the butterfly effect. Haha, see what I did there? And kind of all the chaotic craziness that came from it. Like I said, it really, really gave John Cena the chance to really shine as an actor, which he did in Suicide Squad, but he was front and center in. He was the guy that the whole thing was operating around. Funny enough, though, my favorite part of the entire show was Harcourt. I thought Amelia Harcourt was fantastic. Jennifer Holland, James Gunn's girlfriend, now fiance. Um, I haven't really seen her in much. I know that she's had some small roles in some James Gunn flicks, excuse me. Um, but I thought she was fantastic, and I thought it was brilliant of them to bring those characters over from the Suicide Squad, and plant them in the show with Peacemaker, not just because of their connection, but because those are characters that could easily be fleshed out, and we saw that. And I'm always going to call him Diebeard because Diebeard's just a fantastic nickname. Diebeard and Harcourt were great kind of like centerpieces to bring over with Peacemaker. Adebayo was fantastic. I thought she was great. The twist of her being Amanda Waller's daughter was great, and the turn at the end was awesome. But yeah, I just thought it was brilliant. I didn't really have a single issue with it. There's small things here and there, nothing really like that major, but for all of it, I really liked it. And I know I saw some people online reacting to, and I hope everyone has seen it, because I am going to say some stuff. Reacting to the death of his father, White Dragon, and like, oh, he could have been a really cool villain or whatever. But the show set him up as someone who has already had his time. And I thought him getting over the hump, and it's crazy because we've never had to see a superhero or a villain kill their father like that. Like most of the time, it's maybe them not pulling the trigger and having them arrested or something. He legit kills him. And he had to go through his father to kind of flip the page a little bit, which is crazy. So and yeah, Theroux, you're right. Robert Patrick was great. I thought he was fantastic in that role. What a great choice for that role, even though it wasn't massive. He played against John Cena so great, and he countered him fantastic. I thought the character of White Dragon was great. Seeing him in the suit that one time was awesome. Didn't do a whole lot, but we didn't need it. He wasn't the central part of the story. It was all about the butterflies and those characters, and that's what the whole entire thing was being set up as. But yeah, I thought it ended very strong as well. Like sometimes you see these shows where they're going so hard, right? And the second to last episode is always a banger, but the last one can't really wrap it up right. The last one wrapped it up perfectly. I thought it wrapped it up great. It was a great, nice little bow on the entire story that was Peacemaker. All of these characters had their time to shine throughout the show. They all went through their ups and downs, and it sets them up for what's to come. And I'm really looking forward to season 2 with these characters and kind of what's going to happen now that Harcourt is technically the leader. And what's going to happen? Are they operating on their own? Are they operating from Amanda Waller? What's going to happen with that character because of what happened at the end of the show? Like, there's so many questions that still need answers, but a lot of the questions that mattered in this show, this season, I should say, were answered. And that's what James Gunn does so well. As much as I love him directing movies, like the first Guardians Galaxy is untouched. I had some issues with the sequel. I can't say that word. I don't know why I attempted to say that. I ridiculously love the Suicide Squad. I think the movie is just so much fun and ridiculous and outrageous and just screams James Gunn. But if I had a preference, I want James Gunn to do TV series. I think he's really good at TV series. I think that's where he fits best. And because his stories are so deep, as crazy as they are, like even look at something like Guardians. As crazy as they are, these characters go through a lot. They go through a lot of stuff, and that fits better in a TV format. So I would be absolutely fine if James Gunn did superhero stuff for the rest of his life, but it was either on HBO Max or Disney Plus. No joke. Like, of course, I can't wait to see Guardians 3 and what he does to wrap up that trilogy with those characters. But I would be absolutely down for him just to do TV series going forward. Why not? Like, why not? Okay, real quick. Before we continue on, and someone else can bring something else up. Sean Wingblade, see you, buddy. Thank you for popping in. Harcourt was the best part of the show. I agree with you. There's a reason why we live close to each other. Okay, so bring up something else to talk about other than Peacemaker. But I have finally unwrapped Miss Captain Marvel here, and she looks incredible. Look at this. And there's a there's like a little piece of plastic around her neck. It's not like a choker or something, but look at this. She looks so good. That suit is incredible. Look at the detail on the suit. Even the flaps right here. This suit is so I hope they never go away from this suit. I really hope they never go away. And I do wish they kept her with the short hair for a little while. But the suit is remarkable. The color scheme is unbelievable. Okay, I'm gonna set her off on the side. I'm gonna put some pieces. Don't tip over. Don't tip over. Don't tip over. All right. Boom. Okay. So let's start with let's just start with the big one. Why not? So this was in, I believe, the thumbnail I added. I don't know how this is gonna go on her. I don't want to. Hi. It's a little one down there. Look at the nano gauntlet without the stones. Look at that. That is awesome. Look at that. It's beaten and battered to crap. Woo! So excited. Okay, I got to figure out how to put that on. All right, so real quick, let's go ahead and get to the whiskey before I get too far out into questions. Let's see. Geo, the fact that Captain Marvel sequel also feature Monica Rambeau and Miss Marvel also makes me wonder who the antagonist can be. I mean, there's definitely a lot of possibilities, man. Hey, relax, you guys. There's a lot of characters inside of Captain Marvel's kind of stories in the comics that they can go with. It's going to be someone super powerful just because she's cosmic, and we really haven't. I mean, we saw it in Endgame a little bit, but we haven't seen her in her full abilities front and center yet. Like, we saw a minor piece of it in her solo film, but that was like the beginnings of what she's capable of, right? And that was in the 90s. Now we're in the early 2020s, and that is 20 plus years of her adapting and understanding what her ability is from the stone. And I cannot wait to see what they do with her. She's going to be powerful as all hell. And I think some people should be scared. But the villain's definitely going to be very, very big. It's going to be a very big villain. I would not be surprised if it's someone very popular that sets up something very big in the future of the MCU. It's interesting. It's very interesting. I don't know if it would be Adam Warlock. I mean, I could see them fighting, yes, because Adam Warlock has a dark side. He has a dark side, and I believe it's called Magnus. I want to say it's called Magnus. I could be wrong. But I could see them fighting. It depends on what happens with him in Guardians 3. Guardians 3 in the direction of Adam Warlock is going to be very telling. Hold on. Let me make sure that these two are okay. Okay, we're good. All right. You'll probably hear some growling in the background. Whiskey. That's what I was at. I was at whiskey. Okay, so Redneck Riviera. So look, this is my first time trying it. And I'll bring it back up here. It's from John Rich, from Big and Rich. It is his whiskey company. Hence why it's called Redneck Riviera. And it has... So let me bring up what it says here from the website. The website here says smooth vanilla and perfect touch of oak, rich, full palate complexity with approachable sweetness followed by honey, dark stone fruit essence. And goodness. Ray, hey, knock it off. Yeah, you're fine. You're fine. Stop it. Goodness. So when I smelled it off the top, which for whiskey people who may not be the biggest whiskey people, it's called the nose. When I got the nose of the whiskey, I got a very sweet sensation, butterscotchy caramel. No real vanilla, no like honeyness to it, which is one of the things that kind of was noted on the back of the bottle in the research online. when I tasted it immediately, I didn't taste any caramel. I didn't taste any butterscotch. I tasted a sweet honey flavor, which is very surprising. And then it kind of hit me with that smoky oaky finish, like it's talking about, which is very true to what the nature of the drink is. But it is and if you go back and watch my reaction to drinking it, it is very different from the way I smelled it to the way or from when I smelled it to I drunk it. So I don't know what whiskey, how it does it sometimes, but when you smell whiskey and it gives you a different note to compare to what you taste when you first sip it, that's when you know you have a leveled whiskey, something that can really peel the layers back and keep the promise of what it is saying about the honey, the butterscotch, the caramel, the vanilla, the sweetness with the fruity sensation, and then that oaky finish, right? Because there are some whiskeys that put stuff out there and they say, oh, yeah, we have this and this and this. And then you're going to taste this with a little bit of this on the finish. But you don't ever get that. You get one here, maybe one there, or maybe one altogether. Like your taste buds just kind of really, really capture that one flavor. This one, you can really kind of peel it back almost like an onion and like really taste everything happening within that drink. It's very cool. It's very, very cool. So I think it's a home run. I think it's great. Redneck Riviera, it lives up to the name. And Nashville, Tennessee, man, it comes from a country singer. And it looks like he has done his homework because I really, really am digging it. I'm bummed that it's taken me this long to open it, but it lived up to it. It lived up to it for sure. I'm very happy with it so far, and it's definitely one that I'll open back up for a little bit. All right, let's get back to Captain Marvel. Bring your questions in. Go ahead and bring questions. I'm going to scroll back up here because I know John, I believe, had one. The inevitable question here. Where do you rank this new Batman? Okay. And then he says, oh, Robert Pattinson in the Batman ranks as well. Okay, so let's talk about the Batman a little bit. No spoilers, of course. I'm not going to say too much. I don't want to ruin anything for anybody. And I'm just going to kind of have my head down picking pieces off here. Goodness. Okay. Hold on, everybody. Let me get these two. Go. Yeah. Go. All right. So, Captain Marvel and the Batman. It's funny that we're talking Marvel and DC per usual, right? No surprise here. No surprise here. Which is very cool. We got a stand for her. Oh, man. What is going on here? Wow, that is a stand and a half. I imagine it makes her go up because of making her fly. Okay, so the new Batman, no spoilers. But I will say this right off the top, and it might be blasphemous to a lot of people. I understand. And, I hope when you ever want to watch his reviews, they don't let it sway their excitement or their anticipation for the film at all. This is the best Batman movie we've ever had. Plain and simple. This is the greatest Batman movie to exist. It beats Batman 89. It beats Batman Begins, which was arguably my favorite before. It beats The Dark Knight. It is, and it's not a perfect movie. It is not a perfect movie. There are some things in there, so it's not perfect. No movie is perfect. But it is a perfect Batman movie. There's a big difference. It is the quote-unquote perfect Batman movie. I'm not pulling anything here. I promise you, I tweeted it last night. Matt Reeves, Robert Pattinson, Zoe Kravitz, Paul Dano, Colin Farrell, the entire cast and crew literally punched me for 3 straight hours, and I loved every second of it. Every second of it. And I will say, it's a very, very different type of Batman movie, but that is why it makes it the perfect Batman movie. I don't want to say why. Maybe next week we talk about it. I'll do a show on it. Not sure. I can't do it next week because I actually have guests next week, which I'll talk about here at the end. And you guys should be very excited. I'm super, super excited for the guests I have next week. But once everyone is able to see it, I would love to talk about it. It's a perfect Batman movie. That's all I'll say. And I don't know if it's just instant reaction because I saw it less than 24 hours ago. I'm still kind of on a high from it. There's an incredible amount to digest with this movie. But coming from someone who knows the history of Batman, who has read comic books on the character, seen stories, obviously I've seen the different versions on screen. It's the perfect Batman movie. Plain and simple. And it is the single-handedly best Batman movie we've ever gotten. Matt Reeves is king. Absolute king. And I can't wait to talk about it. I can't say no more. Okay, so, all right, little contraption here. Very cool. This is how everything kind of falls into place, it looks like. I don't want to break anything. Is that how this goes? I'm going to have to figure that out, how to get that on later. Okay, so let's see. I bet Dano and Zoe crush it. I mean, I'm not going to say they didn't crush it, if that's what you're asking. Not going to say they didn't. No spoilers. I don't want to say anything. I don't want to get you guys too excited. I'm just saying. That's all I'm saying. Okay? I'm just going to sip my drink. Haskell, whole other kind of Batman we've seen. Yes, you are 100% correct, and that's why it's so good. Yeah. I just want to see it again. Like, I legit just want to see it again. I came out of the theater wanting to go right back in, but it is so hard to find 3 hours of time for something like that. So yeah. That's all I want to say. As far as Robert Pattinson goes, hold that thought. I'm going to pull some pieces out for Captain Marvel. So, cool little gauntlets here that we got of hers. Looks like some extra arm gauntlets. And there's a manual to these things, and I'm going to have to go through in a separate time to kind of really piece it together. But we get pieces to her powers, which I'm going to pull these out real quick. So these are the hot toy versions of her binary ability, for when she throws punches or stuff like that. There's a couple different versions. This one kind of surrounds her arms. You can see the tube right there. Very, very cool. There's another one there and another tube, kind of a double dosage of both. And then we get a bunch of different versions of the hands that we can interchange. And it's like kind of double of that. So this is what Hot Toy does. If you never had a Hot Toy before, I had the same thing for IG-11 and Mando. The boxes are right here, and you can interchange stuff. There's a bunch of different pieces, that you can kind of switch around. And like for Mando, you can't see it because of the lighting, but he has his disintegration rifle in his hand. Actually, you can see it on his backside. Excuse me, you can see it on his backside. There are arms and hands in the box that allow me to put the disintegration rifle in his actual hands instead of over his shoulder, which is very cool. And that's the original armor of his from the first couple episodes, which I preferred. I love his armor now, but I really just dig that look so much. And same thing with IG-11. There's not like a ton with IG, but there's some minor adjustments I can do with him to kind of switch him up. Cool thing with him is that he actually turns. Just like in the show, his arms kind of go backwards and everything. It's like a super cool adjustment period with him. But yeah, so and then a couple other hand additions here. These ones are kind of cool. These are actually binary hands with her powers on them, which is cool. Let me flip that around. You can see the fist right there. There came with 2 of those. And then like I said, I'm gonna have to go through the manual for most of this to kind of like really look into detail. But these, I don't want them to fall out. These are batteries. So Sideshow gives you little tiny batteries to light stuff up. And I believe, no, it's IG. he actually has a grenade port like he does in the show, and there's a battery that hooks up, and the grenade actually lights up. One of these days, I'll pull them off and I'll set it all up so you guys can see. But they give you batteries to play with for some of them. I don't believe Mando has one. I could be wrong. He might just have a detonator that might light up in his hand. But IG actually has, like in the show, he has the detonator inside his chest, and it lights up because of the batteries they gave you, which is very, very cool. So I'm interested to see what happens with her and the batteries. I imagine it's the binary stuff, her binary ability, or hell, maybe it's even it might even be the gauntlet. And I don't want to break anything. I'm very curious on how this goes on, because it's. Oh, you know what? That's why she never had it on. She was carrying it. That's what it is. See, there's usually a manual, and I gotta find the manual. That's right. In the movie, she doesn't actually ever put it on. She holds it. So if I change her hand, let's change her hand real quick. So I think, or is it this one? It might be this hand. No, it might not be that one either. I'm very curious. Aha, it is. Okay. I think I got it, guys. Just give me a sec. This what I don't want to break anything, you know? These things are expensive. Yeah, this is kind of, I think, what they were going for. It could be wrong, and I'm sorry for everyone, but this is just great radio, isn't it? It's fantastic. So I would really have to like tweak and play and get it like perfect and set the arms and everything. But this is pretty much an idea of, let me just set her arm, of what it could look like set up. And it's not perfect, but she's carrying the gauntlet. See? And that's what she did in the movie. So I switched the hand. You could see the hand is kind of gripping it, whereas this one's a fist. So what I can do, and which I will eventually, she'll be carrying the gauntlet. She'll be set up on the platform, and then I'll put some binary weapon on her left arm out in front like she's shooting, and protecting the gauntlet from Thanos, which she did in the film. So it doesn't go on her arm, and I forgot in the movie she doesn't actually put it on. She's just holding it and trying to keep it away from him. So there's a nice little piece. And again, it's just setting it up properly and playing around with different ideas of her and kind of what she looks like and everything. It's really just a grown man's toy. That's why I call it a hot toy. And I'm not afraid to say that, but I really do enjoy them. And I know Gabby hates the fact that I have them, which is okay. We all have our little quirks, right? I'm interested. Ooh, is this how this works? I want to get her on this. Oh, that's not how that works. I'm going to have to figure out how to get that on. Is it this way? Oh, there we go. Yeah. Guys, we're figuring it out while we're on air. We are live with Jake Berlin trying to figure out how to operate a hot toy. Questions. Come on. Questions. Hi, Rachel. Thanks for joining me, Rachel. Let's see, Ed. Her face on the hot toy looks awesome, but got to say her face looks more like Sprite from Eternals than Brie Larson. Oh, maybe if and when they make her hot toy, they just port that face over. I mean, it's possible. You never know, I mean, I can definitely see. Yeah, I mean, look, it's hard to get exact specifics, right? Sometimes I get that, but I mean, it looks close enough to Brie. I would say so. I would say it looks close enough to Brie. All right, let's see if I can get her on. Again, I don't want to do anything that breaks her, But she has a stand. Let's see if I can get this thing in here. I might have to switch out the hand. Merle also loved it. Oh, Merle has this? Oh, he loved Batman. He loved Batman. Yeah, no, dude, I'm telling you, man, it's something special. It is something special. I mean, I already said it. It's the best Batman movie ever made. So, and I'm not afraid to say that over and over again. Those are my thoughts. You know, I'm not a professional movie critic, but I know that a lot of people are loving it. So, take that with what you will, you know. All right, let's put some binary weapon on her. See, look, one of her sleeves comes right off. I can put this on. And then why don't we put one of these bad boys on? Or should I put this one on? Yeah, let's put this on. Just for now. Okay, here's a finished product, everybody. Let me get some of these things out of the way. All right. Any more questions, everybody? Any more questions? Any more questions? Rachel, do you have a case you keep them in? Mine gets so dusty. I don't at the moment because I only have a couple, but I actually do want to get one that goes in the background here because I have a couple more on the way. Like I have WandaVision, Scarlet Witch on the way. I have Clone Wars Ahsoka on the way. And I had to slow down a little bit, obviously, because look, we're planning a wedding and there's a couple things coming up in our lives for Gabby and myself. And she knows that these are all on the way. Or maybe she's just finding out for the first time, which she shouldn't. She knows. But I really do like them. And, you know, I buy the ones that really kind of mean a lot to me. So that is why I bought this one. Because I said it on Twitter. Her look right now is actually one of my favorite looks the MCU has ever done. Ever done. So I'm super, super excited and happy with the way this turned out. Okay. Here is kind of, at the moment, a finished look of what I can do to Brie Larson's Captain Marvel from Avengers Endgame hot toy. I can put her in the background. Just a little display. There you go. Boom. Little power stance, right? And I can even raise her. So let me do this actually. Hold on, guys. Let me do this. This is even cooler. I don't want to break her. There we go. Yep. Luckily, that wasn't anything big. So I got to figure out how to get her to look like she's flying. Or maybe that's it. That would be it. But the stand actually comes with the ability to raise and lower her because she obviously takes flight. So here we go. Final product at the moment for tonight, anyway. She is in the air, everybody. And the foot's all weird up, but whatever. There she goes. And I'll set her up all perfect in the background and stuff. But there's my Captain Marvel hot toy. Nano gauntlet involved, little binary weapon going on in the hand. A lot of interchangeable pieces. I'm very happy at the moment. I really, really am. I think this look is awesome. I think she looks fantastic. Interesting enough, though, I will say, this is the first hot toy that I have that doesn't come with multiple heads. I have versions of Din. I don't have a version of IG-11 or IG-11. I don't. You're right, because it's obviously only one head. But I know the hot toys come with versions of heads. They come with helmets or facial expression and stuff like that. She actually only came with the one, which is fine. I'm not worried about it because Brie Larson, I know she actually got flack for it from a lot of people. How she kind of had that one, reaction, facial expression through like the movie, how it's a very fierce look. The character's fierce, everybody. Like, chill. Everyone just needs to relax. So, yeah, here we go. Nice little look to her. And I'll play with the legs and stuff, but just holding the nano gauntlet. There we go. Boom. Exactly what I was hoping for. And this was a little bit more complicated because the stand is a little bit more complicated. But there's a lot of pieces involved with her, and there should be. So there it is. Captain Marvel hot toy. And I got to make sure I don't lose any of those pieces. And I really got to look into those batteries and why there are batteries. I'm very curious at the moment. Oops. I am very, very curious as to why there are batteries and if certain weapons, if you will, light up. Because that would be very, very cool. And make sure I don't lose any hands. Just put that there. Boom. There's the manual. Of course, I find it at the very end. Look, I know that's not super exciting, but I was super pumped about it. I think she looks great. I'll post a picture online about it as well. I'll set her up all nice and take a photo shoot with her. No, I'm just joking. Oh man, that's really good. That is really, really good. Hey, Curtis, I didn't see you there, man. Thank you for joining, man. Appreciate it. Let's see. Any last questions, everybody? What up? Listen, driving up to brewery and waiting behind some taking forever at Carl's Jr. Drive-thru. Curtis and I have a love for beer together. I have noticed that through Twitter and POV calls and stuff like that. Not looking at the manual is such a guy thing. Rachel, I'm sorry. I got excited. I'm on a time crunch here. I can't be here all night. You know, I didn't want to look for it, but it is right there. So I'll look at it and I'll play with her and stuff like that. Are the batteries for the gauntlet? I don't know. That's what I'm going to look up in the manual. I got to find out what the batteries are for. When I do find out, I'll post a picture or maybe in a video of what they do so you guys can see. But I'm super interested. I imagine, because it doesn't look like. Oh, they do. Okay, so the gauntlet does have the stones in them. And they are dark, which is why I didn't think they had them. So I'm guessing the stones do light up. I'm also thinking that her binary weapons might light up as well. But now that you say that, John, it might be the gauntlet, which would be very cool. And it might even have them online as the pictures. Some of the pictures online have it like fully set up because they're obviously the professionals. But I guess while we're here, let's find out. Thoughts on Will Smith winning SAG? Yeah, Gio, I mean, it's obvious. I think he should win for King Richard. I think it's the best performance of the year personally for last year. I just hope that they give it to him. I hope that the Academy gives it to him. I think he deserves it. I think he gave an incredible performance in that movie. Like, that movie was absolutely bonkers. There we go. Answer or question answered. One of her arms has an on switch, and the gauntlet itself has an on switch. Yep, it's the gauntlet. I will post a picture. I'll post a picture of it and even a video of it turning on and stuff so you guys can check it out. Ooh, that's cool. Yeah. It even gives me a pose to play with, which is super cool. So, boom. Boom. So the gauntlet does come apart. I was afraid of breaking it. So now that I know it comes apart, I can play with it and put those batteries in. Sweet. I will do that after this because I would like to get a picture of it, obviously. Let's see. Ed, thanks so much for looking this up as always, dude. You're a genius, dude. On the website, specifically designed body equipped with LED light up functions on both sides of the arms and LED light up on nano. Ooh, dope. So that means that both of them light up, that the nano gauntlet and her binary power can both light up. Yeah, I'm playing around with this thing. That's for sure. I'm going to be a total kid again playing with these things. Like, play with action figures. Like, who didn't play with action figures? Come on. These are a grown man's action figures. And I know Gabby hates it, but, you know, we all have our little things. If Gabby's still watching. Okay. Let's see. Final questions. Roll them in, guys, while I finish my whiskey, finish the show. Any last thoughts on anything? It can be anything. I talked about Batman. I talked about Peacemaker. Rachel, I disagree. I love her short hair. I think her short hair is perfect, and I wish they would keep it like that longer. But after the post-credit scene for Shang-Chi, her hair has already grown back. So boo them. But that's the same situation I had with Thor's eye. I do wish they kept him with an eye patch. I was really, really bummed that they gave him his eye back almost immediately. I would have loved to have seen Thor with an eye patch. I think it would have been great. Would have been great. Like, what's the difference between having an eye and not having an eye? He still would have been the same character. Just saying. Just saying. Okay, let's see. Catching up. When's baseball coming back, dude? I don't know. I was just having a conversation about this with my buddy. He asked me when I'm going to be holding a whiskey night because I think I'm going to start holding whiskey tastings at my house for my friends. And he's like, "When are you holding it? I need a drink because Rob Manfred, is making me want to drink," which is very true. So yeah, baseball doesn't seem to be coming back for a little bit, which is super bummy because actually in 8 days, I was supposed to be in spring training. So you suck, MLB. You suck. Obvi, I am here. Yes, thank you for supporting, Gab. I appreciate it. Batman movie trivia showdown. Farrell, I actually have not watched it yet because we might be doing a reaction to it. So stay tuned for that. There very well could be a reaction on POV to the Batman trivia. So yeah, look out. Jake, have you tried Metallica's Black and Whiskey? So actually, funny enough, I was golfing with some buddies 2 weeks ago. I'm trying to drink this. I'm sorry. And I don't usually drink on the golf course. Like maybe I'll have like a beer or something. Because I really like to focus in on my golf. And one of my buddies I was golfing with, he pulled out a flask and I just heard like whiskey thrown around the corner or something. And I was like, "Hey, what is that?" And he goes, it's Black and Whiskey. He goes, "Yeah, it's Metallica." I was like, "Oh, dude, I've never tried that." So I actually took a drink of it. And the one small sip I had, it tasted very good. But I actually haven't had like a full glass to really digest it. But I've heard about it. So I have actually tasted it, but I haven't tasted it to like this point where I'm sitting down, really digesting what the flavors are and kind of doing the research. But I have heard about it for a while. So yeah, Ed, keep reminding me, man, and I'll try to get that on the show. I imagine there's someone out there that would love to do that on the show with me as a guest, or I'll just do it by myself. Let's see. Oh, I like her shirt was just saying she doesn't need an additional head. Wigs would do. Oh, yeah. You're right. Well, Rachel, this is the Endgame version, though. And in Endgame, she only had the short hair. So boo-hoo. 5 to 7 different versions of it. Jeez. I guess that's what most whiskeys. Some people do a lot of different versions of their whiskeys. They do rye. They do a little bit of a darker color, lighter. Yeah, that makes sense. But, I mean, 5 to 7, that's a lot. That is a lot. Okay, I'm going to start wrapping up. Before you go, real quick, I did want to say next week I'll be having a show on Thursday. The show will be on Thursday next week because I am finally, it feels like it's just so long overdue, but I was finally able to reach out and schedule a time, and it was definitely on my fault, just not being able to schedule stuff like that. Alex and Molly Damon will be with me. Super excited. You bet your ass we'll be talking about something Star Wars. Unless they want to talk about something different. Who knows? Maybe it's the Batman. I don't know. I still got to talk to them about that. But the Damons will be with me next week. And let's be honest, when I started this show, and then when Molly became part of POV, they were always like the guests that I always wanted to have on. They really were. I've been watching their channel for a very, very long time. And as much as it's, great to talk to Molly each and every week on POV, and even Alex on Happy Hour when he pops in. It's going to be very cool to almost like have them on my show as guests, so super excited. That'll be next Thursday, probably around the 6:00 Pacific time because it is a little later on their end. So again, just stay tuned on Twitter. That's more than likely where stuff will be posted. But yeah, I'm very excited Gonna have them on next week. Probably gonna talk about something Star Wars. Obi-Wan is on its way, and a lot more stuff. So maybe just previewing everything that's Star Wars. But again, I gotta talk to them about it. That is gonna be 100% on them, their call, and I'm very excited. So yeah, but yeah, I'm gonna try to finish this whiskey. I'm gonna set up Captain Marvel. I'm gonna put some lights on. I'm gonna take a picture for you guys. That way you guys can see what it looks like. As Rachel says, make sure you guys give Alex a big happy birthday tomorrow. It is his birthday. And I'm not going to reveal what age he turns. I'll leave that to him if he wants to disclose that. But yeah, send him some birthday wishes over at Star Wars Explained or no, it's not. Is it? I think it might be Friday. We have to double check on that. I believe it might be Friday. Anyway, I'll leave that to Rachel. Double check. But I'm pretty sure it's Friday. Could be wrong. But yeah, so again, guys, everyone watching, Daryl, Rachel, Ed, John, Curtis, RD, Gabby, Geo, John again, John Booze. There's so many Johns. Brandy, all of you guys. It's such a joy seeing you guys in here every time I do a show. I really do mean it when I say this is just something for me to have fun and talk random stuff about. Unbox my figures that are coming, play games, review whiskey, which is something I really, really enjoy doing. So I really appreciate it. I don't do this for, as a job or anything. I really just love jumping on talking and having you guys converse with me and bring up topics that I can talk about, like Peacemaker, Batman, or whatever it may be. It's a joy. I really do like it. So thank you guys so much for joining me every time I do this. It's so much fun. And I can't wait to do it next time. Again, Redneck Riviera Whiskey out of Nashville, Tennessee for Mr. John Rich of Big and Rich. Check it out. It might surprise you. It really, really might surprise you. And if you do, tweet at me, share it with me. Let me know that you tried it. Tag them in it because they actually responded to me earlier today. And I appreciate it. Yeah, so everyone in the chat, thank you guys so much. Hope you guys have a great rest of your night. Catch me on POV whenever we do a show next, which Sundays at 6 o'clock Pacific. And then again, the Batman quick review out of the theater is on Apocalypse Now, or it's on Apocalypse Movies, excuse me. Our immediate out of the theater reaction, and then we're doing a complete full show dedicated to the Batman on Tuesday's Apocalypse Now. Okay? Apocalypse Now on Tuesday. Everything the Batman. Join us, 7 o'clock Pacific, right there. Again, to everyone, I appreciate you. Have a great rest of your week and weekend, and I'll catch you guys next time. Bye, guys.